Girls are getting restless. He stars as super rich bad boy Chuck Bass on the hit show Gossip Girl. Here's Ed Westwick. Hello, Ed. How are you? Welcome. Welcome to the show. All right, let's just begin, Ed. Welcome. This is your first time here. There's a lady in the back who is your #1 fan. She is your biggest fan. She attacked my car this morning. She thought I was you.
I thought it was for me, but I go, okay.
We all thought it was for us, and then no, it was really for you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Hello, how are you?
So, Kelly, this is really interesting to me. So, most people don't know you're British. I didn't know this.
I am, yeah. I am. I have the passport and everything, so...
Are you sure? Are you not just affecting that accent for us today?
Maybe I'll reveal myself later. No, I am English, and actually everyone is, many people get surprised when they find out or hear me speak in my native tongue.
So let me ask you, is it very hard to adapt an American accent?
I think it's something that you become, that you feel more comfortable with and stronger at over time. You know, we're now a year and a half in with the show, so it's something that it definitely doesn't feel new to me. Mm-hmm. And yeah, you know, I certainly enjoy doing it, and the more you work at anything, you know, the easier and the better you feel like you become at it. So.
When you call home to talk to your family and friends, do they think that you sound Americanized in any way?
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, I don't. What I find is actually I kind of end up being acutely aware of how I've perhaps developed in certain words into kind of Americanized way kind of thing.
Really?
But no, I still have my accent. I'm still staying true. So.
Well, now your character is really kind of interesting on the show, but for most people that are not quite familiar with the character, say something Chuck Bass like for us.
Well, in one of the episodes that we're filming right now, actually, Serena's character comes to, or Serena, the character of Serena, comes to Chuck and asks him to
okay, Kelly's now Serena.
Keep hush.
Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah, Kelly's Serena.
Yeah.
Yes.
She asks him to keep hush hush about it or something.
Yes.
So I need you to keep hush hush about something.
Well, yeah. So he says to her, "What's in it for me?"
Oh my gosh, there's so much in it for you.
He stands there with his scotch and delivers that line.
With his scotch?
With his scotch.
And how old is he?
17.
17.
But let me just tell you something. The wardrobe on the show is fly, I must say. It's quite debonair wardrobe.
It's very unique. It's each character has you know, very strong style. Eric Damon, the clothes stylist, does a fantastic job. And you know, the wardrobe is a character in itself for all of us. You know, it pours into the camera and it creates and adds to the atmosphere that we're creating.
Yeah, it's sort of this rarefied, sort of rich kid private school world, but it's sort of not really spilled into your real life. But you've developed great friendships with your co-stars, and aren't you roommates with one of your co-stars?
Yeah, I am. I mean, you know, if you look at it from this kind of perspective, that we were all kind of thrown into New York together.
Yeah.
To put the show on, and personally coming from England, I didn't know anybody here. And, you know, inevitably you're going to form these relationships with your co-stars and the people you work with, and luckily we all get on very well. And, yeah, we are great friends, and, yeah, Chase and I are great friends also.
You got to tell him hi, I know Chase well.
Yeah, he said, actually, I told him I was coming on today, and he said to say hello to Randy.
He's a good dude.
Wait, how come you know everybody that comes out here? I want to know. He literally has, like, these conversations during the commercial break, and he's like, so last night when we were, you know, playing poker, I mean, how do you know everyone?
Well, speaking of that, last night, what do you love to do in New York? I bet these boys get out quite a bit.
Do you know what, last night was actually pretty quiet for me, actually.
See?
To tell you the truth, I ended up watching the Dallas Cowboys game with Chase.
You did?
Wow.
Do you like American football?
Well, you know, I struggle to understand it, I must admit, but you'll be pleased to know that I am watching more, and I'm trying to understand it slowly but surely, and eventually maybe I'll figure out the game.
So, but that's what you do on, like, these two young hot guys from the hottest show on TV. You sit in alone
This is one night.
with each other and watch football.
One night.
But you gotta love the club life in New York. Right?
I've never been one for clubs, to tell you the truth. I mean, I recently turned 21, which was
all right.
So I'm now allowed out, and yeah, no, I've always been one for just kind of more kind of low-key places. I think, you know, there's a lot of fantastic, very quaint kind of secretive kind of spots that that we're lucky to have in New York, and you know, they're the kind of places that I like to like to go to.
I feel like I'm in a James Bond film. We're going to take a break and talk more with Ed when we come back. Don't go away. Is that James?
Tomorrow on Live from
My animal friend, right after Regis and Kelly.
We're back with Ed Westwick from Gossip Girl. Gentlemen, I have to acknowledge that you're both wearing very pointy shoes. Is this the new trend for men? The
you
pointy shoe?
we're just
rock and roll
guys.
style.
Yeah, we're rock and rollers.
I love it.
Yeah, cool guys.
Cool
right?
guys, that's how I like it.
What's up, man?
What's going on, brother?
This is why Randy is friends with everyone. See, friendship is forming right here. All right, so tell us a little bit about Gossip Girl. Of course, it's based on that popular book series. And you all go to this very elite private school in New York City. I always wonder, like, is there a specific school that this book and the show is based on?
Yeah. Not that I know of, you know, and I think that's one of the interesting points, you know, that's one of the mystique kind of things behind it. It keeps people guessing. You know, and anything like that, any element that's kind of mysterious about the show, and you know, the characters are somewhat mysterious, especially Chuck Bass. That's kind of what keeps people, you know, interested, keeps people watching.
Now, you know, the show now is starting to air in London, I hear, right?
Yeah, we've actually just finished, the first season has just ended, actually.
So what do your friends and family think about that? What kind of reaction are you getting?
It's quite surreal, really, I suppose, because, you know, people who know me as Ed. They don't know me as, you know, they spent my whole life with them kind of not being on TV or anything like that. So it's all very new, and we laugh and we joke about it, but everyone's very supportive, and I think everyone really likes the show also, you know?
It's kind of great that it's airing there now, because I'm envisioning your mother telling the relatives, guess what? Ed got this great job. And they're like, when will we see it? I don't know.
Now, it's funny, this character, Chuck Bass, this season, you learn a little bit more about why he is the way he is, right, on the show?
Yeah, I think you see more into kind of, you know, his motivation for why he is the way he is. His relationship with his father is explored a lot more in depth, and I think a lot more kind of real emotions come out, and the kind of the facade drops a lot more often.
You think people sympathize with him, or?
I think that's definitely one of the emotions that comes out this year, definitely, and I think it's kind of what I feel the audience will be kind of having this conflict, you know, do they hate him still, or are they kind of shedding a tear for him, so to speak? So.
And you got this on and off relationship on the show with Blair, right? I mean, do you guys end up together?
Yeah, are you on or off right now?
I think that's one of the questions that, you know, people that was being asked towards the end of the first season, you know, is this love, is it just an infatuation, what kind of thing is it? And definitely at the beginning of the first season, everybody saw that it was kind of explored a bit more.
Right.
Blair tried to, you know, get the best of me with her new love interest, Lord Marcus, and.
But people love that sort of a relationship that is on the verge of forming, but not quite. People love to see the torturous side.
Well, it's a will they, won't they, edge of the seat kind of thing, you know. And I don't want to reveal exactly what happens, but we do reach a conclusion, and it's interesting.
Okay.
Nice,
Well, great. Let's take a look. We've got a clip from
Yeah.
Gossip Girl right now. You're sort of guiding Serena on how to impress a dean at an Ivy League school. Is that right?
Yes, we all go to for the kind of taster week at Yale, and and Chuck's giving advice.
Okay. Let's take a look at Ed Westwick in action.
What person, real or imagined, living or dead, would you most like to have dinner with? The rumor is, if your answer impresses the dean enough, gets you on the short list for early admission. Or so says Blair.
Oh, I should have given my spot to her.
You got invited and she didn't. You're lucky to be alive.
Yeah, well, I won't be much longer if I don't find an answer fast.
Steal Blair's. She has no use for it anymore.
No, I can't, no matter how good it is.
George Sand.
I did not want to know that. And how do you even know that? Wait, why does Blair want to go to dinner with some guy named George?
A hot girl named George, dressed like a man, and apparently is the dean's favorite writer. And I know this because talking to Blair about how she's going to get into Yale gets her really...
Chuck, no, you just told me two things I never wanted to hear. And one is going to haunt me for the rest of my life.
I love that Chuck is wearing a little ascot.
Looking good. Good luck. Good luck, man. Good luck.
Ed, it's great having you here. Gossip Girl airs Mondays at 8 on the CW. We're going to hit the inbox when we return. Don't go away.